of someone coming to that pastor and saying, hey, this guy is a divider. This guy has no respect. This guy has no reverence for the invitation, for the ministry. I don't want that. So if you are going to be part of the united Kehillah, you can't be opinionated. The only opinion you can express is the one coming out of this microphone. I know that hurts, and I know it doesn't sit well with some people. It's okay. I'm telling you the truth. Your freedom ends when you come in. You follow me? The unity, preserving the bond of unity, is the greatest mitzvah and doctrine and blessing you can. Even if I go to a Catholic church, who am I to stand up and start yelling Jesuit conspiracy? This is transubstantiation. You're crucifying the Son of Yah. Who am I? I can do that between me and my wife and talk about the things that may be. But I'm going into those doors. I'm sitting down. My opinions don't matter. I know that's right. You don't hear that in most congregations. But that's the truth of what the scriptures teach. Let's continue. Ephesians 4:1. You don't have to shout today. That's okay. I'm getting my point across. I beg of you that your halakha is worthy of your rank to which you are called, with all humility and meekness, with patience, bearing one another in ahavah, being eager to guard the unity of the Ruach in the bond of Shalom. When you are eager to guard the unity that the Ruach has established in the place of worship, which is the bond of Shalom, no arguing, no fighting, no bickering, no bitching, no complaining, when that becomes the most important thing, you will not listen to those people who pull you aside in the parking lot and say, did you know I don't agree with that teaching? Did you know I don't agree? Who cares if you agree with that teaching? Look what the word of Yahweh says. Eager. Not eager to come and show, well, he's right about that, but this is where we differ. Eager to parade or to display the differences that you have with the established order. That's not someone who's eager to guard the unity. And you can't guard the unity until the unity is established. And how is the unity established? Right here, where a personal relationship with Yahweh is established in the heart. You have to establish unity in your heart. Say, regardless, as long as I am in this joint compound, a compound made out of a lot of connected joints, I will never take it upon myself to voice an opinion or a doctrine or a view or an insight contrary to the established order. Why? Because Moshe is smarter than Yeshua? No. Because Rebbetzin Rivka is more anointed than Joyce Myers? No. No. Here's why. There has to be an eagerness to guard the unity of the Ruach in the bond of Shalom. The bond of Shalom is the result of a heart purpose to guard the unity. I'm not going to let you come into this congregation and take the unity. You can't stand the worship team and complain and bitch about the leadership every week, because Yahweh will take you out before we do. And that's not a dirty word, by the way. So relax. It's in your King James Bible. That's where it is. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So I don't agree with this, and then people come to me. So what you're telling me? Let me get this straight, Rabbi. So what you're telling me is, in this place, nobody can disagree. No. Tehillah has disagreed with me many times. But it's done in the right way, from the right spirit, with the goal not to make the rabbi feel, put him on the defensive, but with the goal of ultimately guarding the unity of the Ruach and to guard the Shalom that exists in this congregation. In other words, I'm not interested in what anybody has to say until I know who they are. And you should be the same way. Someone who's faithful to Yahweh, someone who's faithful to your ministry, someone who's sanctified and serving faithfully in your ministry, you ought to listen to what they have to say, but they realize it's more important that we guard the unity that has been purposed here and established here than it is in highlighting their differences with the Bema. And how many people have you ran into that they want to highlight all the things that are not right? No kidding. And you're the same guy that's 3 times divorced. You're the same guy that doesn't have a relationship with his children. You're the same guy who is bound by 80 medications and is addicted to pharmaceutical drugs. And you're going to come here and tell us, I don't believe the fact that Islam is the beast. You know something? You know something? It just shows you what's important. You want to see this from Yahweh's perspective? You know what the most important thing is from Yahweh's perspective? Not if Rabbi Moshe is right or you're right. Has the unity been preserved? Has the bond of shalom been breached? How dare you come into a congregation and be the cause of breaching the bond of shalom? It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living Yahweh. When we can manifest the bond of shalom to the world, we have something to take to the world. We have something to evangelize the world with. But if we don't have the bond of shalom, what message are you going to bring to the world? What message are you going to bring to the world? There's fighting and there's bickering, and this group believes that Pesach is the night of the 13th, and that group believes that Pesach is the night of the 15th, and one person believes that the millstone is a pizza. The other person believes the millstone Yeshua spoke about is a Greek disc. You really think Yahweh cares if you're right or if I'm right? He's saying one thing. I know you're different. I know you come from different backgrounds. I know you see things differently. But can you not even bring it up? Can you bite your tongue and swallow your pride and not even build and make yourself and saying, I have no opinion? You want to know what I thought about the message? I'm here. I'm plugged in. I'm faithful. That's what I think of the teaching. That's what I think of the ministry. That's what I think of the worship. That's what I think of the cooking. I am here. I'm regularly here. My presence says it all. I don't have to say a word to highlight my differences and bring attention to myself. You want to bring attention to yourself? Go on stage. There's plenty of casts hiring for performers. This is not a place to bring attention to yourself. That's for me, for you, for all of us. And I know we all do it. And it's still wrong. Let's continue. Unity starts by purpose and determination of the heart. It is a predisposition of the heart. It is an ongoing behavior and actions of loyal submission that can be later guarded once they're established. You cannot guard shalom or the bond of shalom if it is not first established by the Ruach HaKadosh in your heart. If you're going to guard the bond of unity, you've got to be eager to establish the unity above showing your spin. And like I shared with you in Hebraic thought, you're right, I'm right. There are many ways to view the same scripture. You know that. Right. From a church background is, I'm right, you're wrong, you're going to hell if you don't adopt my view. We can't do things that way. One scripture can be viewed 39 different ways. We have to be open and purpose to guard the unity. And I'm not talking to one person here, 3 people. That's what the devil is going to try to do with this message. He was talking about me, or he was talking to her. No. No. I'm talking to myself. If my goal is to preserve the bond of shalom, then I'm not going to have people in the worship team complaining and sending other people email about Rabbi. I mean, why would you send email about Rabbi Moshe when you can go ask Rabbi Moshe? What do you really think of him? Maybe not a lot. Maybe you don't really think very highly. That's okay. I can live with that. Did you know that Rabbi Moshe did you know that he was invited to Rome and to preach the gospel, and that he told them that if they didn't give him a paycheck, that he wasn't coming? You ever heard that one before? What they didn't tell you, of course, was at that time, we didn't have $2,000 airline ticket round trip to go to the place that we were invited. We couldn't pay So we asked him if you could help us with the plane fare. Never asked for an offer. Never asked for money. We said,